Good day, Saints. I hope that you're doing pretty well. And we've had a great week of Saints this particular week. On Tuesday, the whole church, not just the Episcopal Church, but much of the whole church celebrated Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene is well known as being one of the most devoted followers of Jesus, and she was one of the few people who could really see Jesus for who he was. So much so that when Jesus resurrected for the first time, she was the one to whom he came out as the resurrected Jesus. She was the first one to witness the resurrected Jesus. And so we have Mary Magdalene on Tuesday, and on Saturday we have Saint James. So Saint James is pretty important, not just the patron saint and the one after whom we've named our son Santiago, but St. James was also, of the three famous apostles, Peter, James, and John, he was the one that actually brought the gospel the furthest away. A story has it that he brought the gospel all the way to Spain, which back in those days was really, really far away. And the other really interesting thing is this, is that while Peter was well known and chronicled in Acts of the Apostles, while John wrote his own book of the Revelation and remained pretty well known because of that, James toiled mainly in obscurity, bringing the gospel to different places, and he was the first of the 12 apostles to meet his death, and his martyrdom story is actually the only one of the apostles that's actually in the Bible. So what does that say? We have in James someone who sought glory for sure in his younger years, but ended up giving his life for the gospel and doing so largely behind the scenes. And so we have those two saints, and we have another saint that just passed away, and that is John Lewis. Many of us prayed for John Lewis and also C.T. Vivian this past week. And what I want to say about John Lewis is this, that John Lewis in some ways captures aspects of both Mary Magdalene and also St. James. Mary Magdalene in the sense that he had the vision to see what our world could be, and he spent his entire life since he was an older teenager fighting for that vision. And like St. James, in that while obviously he's given some speeches, he's been pretty famous, that much of his work in Congress and before then has been behind the scenes, making his life's work the work of helping our country become that beloved community. And so we celebrate Mary Magdalene, we celebrate St. James, and we celebrate John Lewis. And I hope that you will allow one of those three or all three to inspire you this week. I'll see you soon.